Just thought I'd share a garden update. I don't have any particular tips at the moment, but just wanted to share for anyone that wants to know what I'm up to in my garden at the moment. Mostly cleaning up things and harvesting. And I better show you. You can see behind me I've got my awesome bean plants that have been going nuts. So today's harvest was all these bad boys. These ones are purple beans, but funnily enough when they cook they turn green. I've been harvesting cherry tomatoes, some of which are quite on the green side, but if they've got a bit of green, as long as they've got a bit of orange or reddish to their colour, they'll usually ripen up quite nicely on a sunny windowsill. I've got a few broccoli florets, but not many. You might be able to see behind me this broccoli plant is just going to seed, and I'm actually going to let it because the bees and the birds seem to absolutely love it, and the insects, which I quite like looking after my pollinators. But also I'm hoping that I'll get a whole bunch of spare broccoli plants in my garden from South Cedars. Speaking of South Cedars, I had once upon a time chucked a bunch of potato skins in the compost bin, and they did their thing and grew some potatoes, which, in case you can't see, my hands aren't the smallest in the world, but next to these spuds they look pretty tiny. And my main other thing I've been harvesting today, and some blackberries, is this bad boy, Jerusalem artichokes. So these are a bit of a weird one. They look a lot like sunflower plant, as you can see when they're not falling over. They grow taller than my head, taller than our head. And if you look at the ground, which I'm not very good on the camera, I just pick them out a lot like potatoes. They grow tubers, some of which are enormous. And personally, I grow more of them than I can possibly eat. I once upon a time thought I want to try growing Jerusalem artichokes. So I got some Jerusalem artichokes, which literally, some of these, I ate some, we roasted them up, and the rest of them I chucked in the garden, and they grow like a weed. So I think you're supposed to harvest them in the middle of winter, which we're still in the middle of autumn at the moment, but if I wait till the middle of winter, the first year I actually did it, I think we had 2 20-litre buckets full, and I never managed to use them. So now whenever they're getting a bit invasive, or if I'm doing a roast and feel like chucking some artichokes in or anything else, I just go out and pick a few from somewhere, and yeah, there's still more than enough plants growing like weeds around my garden.